Welcome back to Minecraft. Now, we are on episode 300 finally. It's taken a very long time to get here, but we've finally got here. The plan for this episode is it's not going to be like normal episodes where I go and do stuff and build stuff or try to build stuff. But we're going to go around most of the bases that we have, both on this world and the old world. I've been through a lot of bases, especially on the old world. I had this thing where, for some reason, I'd stay on one base for about like a month and then just move to another one. I don't know why I did that. Obviously, this world I've kind of tried to stay to the same base. We're on this base still. This is nowhere near finished, so we're going to be on this one for a lot longer. One of the things that I guess or I imagine that some of you do not know is the first probably like 5 episodes of this whole Minecraft Let's Play. If you remember that the Let's Play has been in 2 different names so far. The first name was like on one world where it's called My Adventures in Minecraft. And then when we moved to this world, I called it Simple's New Adventures. It was still the same series, just with a new name. Just to, you can differentiate the worlds and stuff like that. But for the first like 5 episodes of the whole thing, we're actually on a completely different world. It was in very early alpha, so once they updated the terrain generation, the worlds got corrupted, so you couldn't use them again. So if you go really far back to like episode 1, that world is only around for like 5 episodes, and then it completely disappears, and we go to the main world after that, which we spent like a very long time on. At the beginning of this Minecraft Let's Play, years and years ago, I can't remember how many years ago it was now, but it was a very long time ago, I used to do about 1 episode every single day, or 1 episode every other day. The episodes were very short, they're like 10 to 15 minutes long, but I was still doing 1 episode every single day. Eventually I had to stop that, and there's kind of a few reasons. The first one was because I had a job, and I still got the same job, and it was very difficult to record, edit, upload at the same, like whilst I was working and stuff, so I couldn't really keep that up. Another thing is because I was starting to get a bit dried out on Minecraft, because if you play every single day, eventually you're going to start getting like, ugh, I don't want to play this anymore. So I kind of slowed down on it and just started doing like 3 videos a week. And then obviously I had my serious health issues where I broke my neck, which I had to take like a year off, and I came back like a year and a half ago, I think. And ever since then, I've been doing 1 episode a week, which I kind of think is a lot better for me. I've been enjoying the game a lot more. I just find everything easier to do, and I don't, I'm actually excited to play the game. So what's going to happen now is, I think the way I'm going to do this is we're going to go to all of the old bases, but just before we get to each one of them, I'm going to try to play like a clip or something from one of the episodes that we were actually at that base, so you can kind of see how things have changed since then. Another thing that's going to happen is, in a second, I'm going to play most of the intros that we've had throughout this thing. We have had quite a few different intros, so I'll play some of them back to back just so you can see the difference between them all and how things have changed. I prefer the one that we're at now, obviously. I won't show the one that we're at now because obviously I've just played that to start the video off, but yes, it'll go from the one before the current one and then backwards to the first ever one that we used. And then I think we'll start the tour at our first ever base. I also want you to pay attention to how I've changed as a person, the way I speak, the way I act and stuff like that. In these little clips. I know that you're not going to be able to tell that much, but just by watching like a 30-second clip, you should be able to see the difference and how I've changed, because I have changed a lot. Anyone who has been here since almost the beginning will probably agree that I am completely different now. Obviously, the quality of the stuff is better because I've got a better mic and a better computer and all that, but I'm on about the way I talk and, how I act and stuff, because I used to be very, very shy whilst recording, but I don't think I'm that shy anymore. I'm perfectly fine recording myself, so yeah. So right now we're going to play all the intros that we've done, and then I will see you at the very first base.
on the beach. Started walking, it's my regular routine.
Welcome back to Minecraft, episode 24. In the last episode we came back. Hello and welcome to another Minecraft video. I'm gonna call. No, I don't think I've got enough, have I? There we go. Now I've found, because remember I mentioned that cave that I saw. I went and had a look in it and it was nothing. It weren't a cave. It was terrible, so I just explored a bit and I found a bigger cave, and my plan is to go and explore that now. Right, let me collect some stuff. Yeah, I haven't been exploring recently for some reason. I've just been focusing on building, but I like exploring. I think that's one of the main points of this game. So I shall explore. Probably for the next couple of episodes. I'll go around looking for caves and stuff like that.
So this is our very first base in Minecraft. Now, obviously earlier I did say that there was another world. Unfortunately I don't have that world because, again, the way Minecraft updates used to work back then is when the terrain generation updated, the world would become corrupt, so it just disappeared and broke. But I built this to be relatively similar to the base that we had there. If you go really far back and look at that first base that we did in the episode that lasted for like the world that lasted a few episodes, sorry. It was pretty much the same as this, so it's not nothing special. Now, I also need to mention, those of you who have been here for a while will probably notice there's a lot of snow around here. One of the problems with, again, the updates with Minecraft, even though this world was in beta, it kind of messed up the biomes. This used to just be a normal plain biome, like it wasn't a snowy biome, it would just rain here and that was it. But everything got turned backwards, like the desert biome that's all the way over there got turned into a snow biome, this got turned into a snow biome. The actual snow biome got turned into a plains biome, which is really annoying, and it's one of the reasons I left this world, because everything was just getting too messy and too broken. So I wanted to start with a completely fresh world with all of the new features without having to worry about things breaking. But yeah, this is the first world that we had. Things have changed a little bit here because, again, the terrain generation broke relatively recently as well. When these ocean temples got put in, for some reason one of them spawned right here, which is, it's so annoying. There was actually a mine shaft here. This path here used to go to a mine shaft. I think it was only like a 6x6 one. But it went all the way down, and it was the first ever mine shaft we did. And it's just annoying that this broke it. If I swim down there, you can see the rest of the mine shaft that goes down. But it's just really annoying. So first we'll have a quick look inside the base. Obviously we've got a really small wheat farm here, which I don't think we ever used that much. Right here we have, like I called it like the trash can or something, where I just threw all my rubbish. Again, it's nothing too special. This was, I don't know why I used to do this type of stuff, like put picture frames everywhere. And this is what I mean where the bases used to look generic. When we go through all of these, you'll see what I mean when I say that. They're all kind of squared, and they're all just not very fancy or anything. But yeah, we've got dogs pretty much everywhere because when they got added, I got really excited about it. This was the storage room. I remember this room a lot because the Minecraft lighting used to be blocky lighting, like it wasn't as smooth as this. Like you could see all of the blocks with the lighting. And then there was a mod. The smooth lighting that we have now is actually used to be a mod. Like if I go into my settings real quick, smooth lighting off. This is what the lighting used to look like. You can kind of see the blocks and everything. It just doesn't look that good. And then the mod that they put into the game was actually a mod before. And then it turned the lighting like this, which was amazing at the time. So yeah, but this was our storage room. It was nothing impressive. This was our furnace room. Again, nothing impressive. I had a thing for putting picture frames everywhere. Down here was just some random chests, and then this was where all the weapons and stuff were. There's nothing in there now. And then here again, I had things for the picture frames, and then this is where all the treasure was. I tried to make it look like a little mini dungeon, but it didn't really work out. And I just put a single chest everywhere with the items in that we needed. But that's literally this base. There's nothing else to it. There's obviously stuff all on the outside, which we'll go through now. But other than that, there was nothing else to this. We did have this little thing there, which has a cave in it. That's where we got most of our materials from, because the cave is pretty massive. And it's pretty funny as well, because this looks like a big mountain, but just behind that ridge, this whole thing is pretty much hollow. Like there's a big canyon on the inside. That's just a train station, or like not a train station, a little mini station that will send us off to the next base in a second. This was something I was very proud of. I did 2 tutorials on this trap. It's not very efficient now. I don't even think it works anymore, but it's basically a darkroom spawner. And I had this little combination lock here. That torch used to go on when there was items on the pressure plate down there, so I could always tell if there was items in there. But yeah, this is a combination lock, so if I press it, nothing will happen. But if I, like, this is like putting the key into the door like that, and then press it, it will open, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, this is just a normal, really old school darkroom spawner, which I really don't think works anymore. It's just there's loads of different levels. All of the mobs will walk to the end of it. Obviously that doesn't happen anymore, because I don't think they can walk off of the edges, because they're not stupid like they used to be. They've got better path finding. So I guess this will work if you walk all that, like go to every single level and put closed trap doors on the sides, because then they probably will walk off. But the way it is now, they won't walk off. And then they just come down here, get fed into the water stream, and burnt by lava, and their items will just go down into the hole down there. Nothing fancy again, but it used to work amazingly, especially if you had a big one. This one here isn't that big, and the fact that it's above ground doesn't mean I can have that many levels to it. Right there is just a nether portal, which I don't think the nether really has anything in, so we're not going to visit that. There is a zombie spawner around here somewhere. Yeah, there's a zombie spawner just in there. Oh, so right here was the tree farm that we did. It's not really a tree farm. I literally just planted so many trees here and just decided to use it as an area where I would farm trees. As you can see, I think I farmed this one pretty recently. I hate these big trees. They're so annoying to get rid of. But yeah, this was our version of a tree farm in this base. You can see I've got these pillars everywhere, because I think that one over there is a cave, if I remember correctly. And this one over here is a really big mine shaft that took me like multiple days to finish. It was so big. I don't know why I used to mine like this. I just used to dig completely straight down. But there you go. There's a gigantic mine shaft. I don't know if I got any diamonds from this. I think I did, but just not too many. If we just walk over the top of it, you can see it goes all the way down to bedrock, and it's massive. It took a very long time to dig out. And obviously I put these netherrack with lights on in the middle of them. I mean, I must have got a few diamonds from it, right? I don't think there's anything in here. And there we go. That's the first base in Minecraft that we did in our main series. Obviously, forgetting the first original world. This thing here was added a lot later. And obviously, you can tell that everything here is kind of not very good designed, and it just looks crap. But this staircase looks decent. Because at the time of me building this, I kind of learned how to make things look decent. But we're going to go to our second base here. Now, this base that we're about to go to is probably the main, well, it is the main hub of this entire world. It's got the train station and everything in it, so that's where we're going to go now. And on our journey to it, I am going to... Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, on our little journey to it, I'm going to do a clip from us being at that base. Or building it or something.
Right, let's finish this off. Well, let's start this off. Any rogue creepers? There's a few over there. And one up there. I'm going to want to get rid of these ones actually, because this one is close.
3 of them. Exactly. There we go. Right. So this is obviously where it comes out. And if I remember correctly, you do that, and then put another block there, so it'll go boing and go backwards. So this is where I sit. That's right. I don't know how long this bit's gonna have to be, but I presume it doesn't have to be too long. Oh, I'm gonna have to expand this a bit more. Whoops. And then the blocking thing goes here. Like that. Yes. I think that's it. I think that's how it's all done. Nice, but we've got a creeper. Haven't got that many arrows left. 23. So here we are. This is the train station. This is one of my most, I want to say, advanced redstone things I've ever done in Minecraft. I don't think I'm ever going to get as advanced as this. So I guess we'll show you this first, obviously, because this is where you come into the base. This is why this base is the main hub. So it's basically a train station that has all of our bases and stuff. Well, I wouldn't say all of them, but the most nearest bases, because there obviously is one base that is really far away that we cannot get to from rails because of how far away it is. But all of our main bases are here. We've got the main base, which I think is this one. Yeah, so this goes back to the first ever base. This one here goes to another darkroom spawner, a different type that's just over there. And then this one goes to the cottage that's really far off. So the way it works is you just come over here and you pick which one you want to go to. So that goes to the original spawn. That goes to the sand-based trap, which we'll go to next. And that goes to the cottage. And these just basically change the direct, like one of these things that change. So obviously we'll come over here and then just go straight up there and go to the trap. It took a lot of redstone just to get these all the way over here because there's not that much room. Because obviously I'm an idiot and I did this thing. So yeah, it took a lot of work to get the redstone down there. And then back here, there is a Pez dispenser, which I don't know if you can still build these. Like, well, no, you can still build these, but they're so much easier because you have dispensers now, so you don't need a Pez dispenser. But there's a lot of redstone back here. It's just, I don't know, it's really confusing how this works. I'm not too sure. I think this was, wait, what was this? I can't remember why that was here. I think it was just if the minecart broke over there, I can just pull it here and it'll just come round and get them like reset. But yeah, basically the way it worked is, oh no, I remember what this was for. Okay, so this thing here was for if the Pez dispenser was too full, then it will come back down and just go over there and sit down there. Okay. But yeah, the way I can't remember how this worked. I'm trying to figure out how it worked, but you'd press a button or something. Oh no, actually, yeah. As soon as that cart that's just there would lift off, then this would automatically refill. And there is so much redstone down here. I just don't know. I don't know what does what, so I'm not even gonna try to explain it. But it was very difficult to make. There is a tutorial of me making it on this channel somewhere and on the Minecraft.net channel. So yeah, there are tutorials for it. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool though, right? It's one, like I said, it's one of the best redstone things that I've built in Minecraft. So I don't know. I'm proud of it, and I made this fancy little entrance here. And again, this was a desert biome, and now it's a sand biome. I mean, a sand biome, a snow biome. Sorry. And this was our base of operations. Again, very generic. It's just square. That's pretty much it. It's nothing special. There's a little kind of ruin thing over here because this is where I was originally going to build the base. But then because the amount of caves that I found underneath it, I was just like, no. And yeah, I just kind of made it look like a ruined mess, which is pretty cool. I've just put this on a server so I can just clear the weather, because for some reason it keeps raining and stuff on this save. Like on my world that I'm at now, it hardly rains and stuff, but on this one, it just rains all the time. I have no idea why. Anyway, so this was our little like donation board. All of these people donated. I never expect people to actually donate. I don't need people to donate to me. I've got a full-time job, so it doesn't really bother me. But yeah, it's very nice when people used to do this. So I just kind of put like a mini wall up with their stuff on it. And some of these people I actually made friends with. Like, I think that's the thing that I like the most with being like a small YouTuber, is that you get to like interact with people. This person here, Chad, me and him spent years like being friends after, because obviously he grew out of Minecraft and he didn't want to watch Minecraft videos anymore, but we stayed in touch and we played a lot of games together, and then we became very close friends. And we joined, obviously you've probably seen videos on my channel of Next Generation Gaming, the SAMP roleplay server. Me and him joined that together, and then we went in our separate ways, but we did join that together and we were pretty close friends. And every so often I say hello to him. And Tunga Croc obviously was a friend of mine as well. I think I've still got Ballistic Torch on Steam and Senior Bob. Don't know about the other ones. But yeah, it's pretty cool that you can have friends just from YouTube and stuff. But anyway, let's go inside this base and see what it's about. It just looks very boring. I think this is the first time I've ever used bricks. And it is probably the last time I've ever used bricks. I really do not like them. I don't know why I used it here. I thought it would just look cool with clean stone and wood, but I don't know, it didn't really look cool. I think this is where, yeah, this is where all my items are currently, just in the random chest. We've obviously got the water drop thing here, which I used to use a lot. This is not a very good base. I've said this multiple times, but notice how most things that I've built in Minecraft in this world have just been square, and that was it. Like, there was no path, there's no design to them. It's just a square mess. So what have we got? Oh, this was a tree farm, and then there was the strip mine was down there, which is nothing special. It's just a hole in the floor with different levels where you can mine stuff at. And then obviously, if you're looking at this and wondering why there's water every 2 blocks, it's because there was this like water ladder bug back in the day where if you put water in a certain orientation like this on ladders, I think that you could only do it in one direction, so it had to be this way all the time. But if you did that, and then when you're like going up the ladder, you look up and push forward into the corner, it just rocketed you up like stupid fast. They don't work anymore, but you know, I left them there because it's how it used to work, and there's one there as well. But like, when I say rocketed up, I mean I could probably get up here in like a second. Like, I'd probably be at the top by now. That's how fast it was. It was pretty cool. Again, you can always go back and look at my old videos for it. This was our storage room. Nothing in there. I think I added this room at a later date because I added beds for the first time. So I was like, ooh, let's make a bedroom. And I kind of made like a fancy looking bedroom, which I think looks pretty cool, to be honest. And this was our farm here. Didn't used to do anything special with farms back then. Nothing special at all. And then this room was the cactus farm, which I believe still works. Yeah, it still works. The only thing I can think you need cactus for now is green dye, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's literally this base. This like hub base has not really got anything in it, apart from the train station. But you know, I spent quite a lot of time here. It was mainly time going around exploring. And obviously this train station took me a very long time to figure out. Well, I say that I've explored this area, but I don't think I have. I don't think I've been over there ever. Like, that's probably not spawned over there. And this tower has nothing in it. It's just there for the fun of it. Oh, and this is an outside look at the train station. Now we have 2 more bases left in this world. One of them is not too far away. We can access it from here, the cottage, and then the other one is it's really far away. I have no idea why I built it so far away. Like, I don't think I understood how the Nether worked at the time, and everything is like double the distance compared to the Nether. So I travelled like thousands of blocks inside the Nether, and it just turned out to be so far away in the overworld, which kind of annoyed me and put me off a bit. But right now we're going to go to the cottage. Now this was I think this was people's favourite base that I've done, especially on this world. It was probably the best looking one. It doesn't look that amazing, but I think compared to these two bases, or well, 2.5 bases that we've looked at so far, it definitely is the best looking one. So we'll head over here, and whilst we're on the way over there, I'll play another clip type thing from back when we were over here.
Like one of these. Oh, derp. It's in that chest over there. Well, let's go and get that real quick. There's a creeper on top of my house. That's always fun. Go on, fall off. Oh, he fell. Oh, there he is. Thank you. Right, I'm gonna go and get some of this cobblestone. How much clean stone have I got? None. It's all in there. I think though it's starting to look pretty nice. Some normal trees over there, so I'll just keep doing that for a while. Come on. Ugh. I don't think I'll actually need that much more. I'll need probably another stack, maybe. Yeah, that's the one. I just need to add 4 more pieces of log to it.
So we're coming up on this cottage base now. The funny thing here is this used to be the snow biome, and now it's not the snow biome, which is kind of annoying because this whole base was supposed to be like a snowy base, but it just messed up because the biomes got messed up and stuff like that, and obviously the doors are broke here for some stupid reason. This is just supposed to. This was supposed to be like a little mini train station, but it didn't really work out. It just looks kind of funny, and obviously the doors broke. I really liked this path at the time. I think it went well with the snow, and we put pumpkins all over the place. Oh, that little thing there is snowman farm type thing where you can just farm snowballs. But yeah, we did this like little lantern thing at the time. For some reason, I thought these would not affect snow. Obviously, they did, which is not really a huge problem. And there's the cottage that everyone seemed to like so much. I mean, it is pretty nice. It's relatively big. It took a few episodes to build, but it does look really nice. The reason I decided to build here because it was relatively open, and right behind it was just like this mini taiga biome, little forest, which I think looked cool when you was looking out one of the back windows. So that's why I built it here. When we first came here, we had like a little hut right here that we spent most of our time in whilst we built it, which was pretty hilarious. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. We'll go in there in a second. There's nothing too much in there. The thing about this area is I have not explored like anything around here. I think I've been a little bit in each direction, but I never really properly walked around. I kind of kept myself to this area, And once we built this, then we went back and did the train station, I believe. And then after that, I think we came back here, built this, and then went to the new base. So I didn't really spend that much time here. But I don't know, it's one of my best bases in this world, or it is the best base in this world, I think. I don't think it's anything close to the bases that I can kind of build now, just because I've obviously got a little bit better at building. But still, this is a pretty cool base. But this was our wheat farm. It was relatively automated. So there's basically a water stream at the top that will come down. It should still work. That comes down there and just wipes it all down to the front. Yeah, the problem here was that things just kept getting pushed over to the side, but I didn't want to block it all off because I kind of needed to go up there a lot, just if I needed to fix things. So it is automated, but it is kind of like a mess. Down here, we used to do mushroom farm stuff, because mushroom farms used to be relatively good. Obviously, because of how dark it is in here. It's supposed to be even darker, but I've for some reason put torches over there. The way this would work is the mushrooms just spread to these blocks down here. And then when that happens, I just pull this switch, the water would drop down there. And then just completely cover all of this, pushing the mushrooms down here, which I think was pretty cool. But you know, mushroom farms are somewhat pointless now unless you want to do the giant mushrooms, where you can get all the blocks and stuff. But anyway, let's go into the little cottage. Well, I wouldn't really call this a cottage, would you? I think it's more like a mansion. But it's pretty cool. So we've got a dog up there guarding it. This chest was where all our stuff was. This side we have a mini fountain type thing in a photo gallery for no reason. I have a thing for photos, remember? I don't know why. Or I used to, at least. Over here is a library, which later on we installed a enchanting table into it, which I think is fully upgraded. I think so, yeah. So yeah, that was just like a later date thing, but I don't know, I think this looks pretty cool. Up here to the right is our storage room. I believe there was actually organisation to this. What's that? Wooden slab. Oh yeah. I kind of think there was kind of like a bit of, yeah, definitely there was a bit of organisation in this room. Not too much, but I mean everything was in chests that it should have been in, I guess. Right here we have this balcony that comes out and looks over our little cottage thing, and then a little glass thing that looks down there, which I think is pretty cool. And then round the other side, this was our furnace room, I guess. What really wasn't used for anything, like just furnaces. And then we had an upstairs bit here, which was just the bedroom, which has got nothing in it but a bed. And then this is a cool little balcony that just goes over and looks at the mini tiger forest in our backyard, which, I don't know, I really like it. I like the way it looks. And obviously, like I said before, that's where our little hut used to be. So yeah, honestly, there is nothing else to this base either. Back then, when I used to play this world, the bases that I did were relatively small, and they had not really much in it. It was mainly just like, I did some sort of farm, did storage and furnace stuff, and just made like a little base, and that was it. And then I moved on. That was the whole thing of this world. And obviously, it's different now because I stay at a place for a lot longer, and the place that I'm at now, I'm probably going to stay for a very long time, but for some reason I didn't back then. Right, and now our last base that we had in this world, the one that is very far away, was pretty well hidden, I think. And if we pull this lever, it would open up this little drop down here. And then that would go into this little room that I kind of made look like the nether was seeping into. Now this is going to be really long because it takes a very long time to get from this base or this portal to, oh crap, where am I? It takes a very long time to get from this portal to the base. Have I gone to the wrong portal? Okay, I found it. The portal that we just came out of is just under here, and the portal that we used to come out of is here. I'm kind of scared to go through this portal though. I don't know where that's going to go. So And then I think I'm just going to stick to the one that's down there. But now we have a very long journey. There's like... It's a few thousand blocks away, the next portal. There's like 5 of these different tunnels. Very long tunnels, so... Obviously I'm going to cut all that out, but I'm going to quickly play a clip of our last base on this world. Or I could... maybe... dig some of this out and put one there, and then put, like, make like a little pillar, and then put the other one standing on here. What the statue is, it's like a dude with a knife or sword thing. It's not the best looking thing, but it's pretty. It'll go with all this. It'll go with the way this looks. I think if I put him back that way by 1 and then up, that'll look good. Up by 1. You're probably looking at it and going, what the hell is this? But I haven't put anything on it at the moment, and it doesn't really look like anything. But it will. That goes there. I've kind of forgot what to do. That goes there, that goes there. I believe that. And then but then that should look somewhat like, if I can get a better angle on it, somewhat like a big guard with a sword, as in the fence post is the handle and the glass part is the sword bit. So we've finally made it to the last base of this world. There it is, just in front of us. You can see there's a few different things. It looks really cool from this angle. It looks kind of cool when you're not zoomed in because it's got like a weird archway in it. But we've just come from relatively far over there. The nether portal that we come out from is just over there. Don't know why I built it so far away, but you know, who knows? I made some weird decisions back then. But let's go to the front of the base and show you what it is. I think there is a swamp biome right in front of the base. I really do like these tiger biomes though. Even if they're not covered in snow, they do look pretty cool still. Yeah, so there's kind of a swamp biome. I think this is broken, because I'm pretty sure the swamp biomes even back then had different coloured water. I imagine it's broken like everything else in this world though. So yeah, here is the front of the base. This whole base is built into the side of a mountain or a hill. It's got this little bridge at the front. It's also got these cool little... They're supposed to look like guards. You see they've got their arms holding the sword. And then there's the faces at the top. I think they look pretty cool. But yeah, this is kind of when I started building different looking things. Even though the inside of this looks all square and stuff. But on the outside I think this looks pretty cool. And it has this really cool, well, I kind of considered it cool, staircase going up to the top. And these things are pretty awesome. I'm really glad I built these. They're just supposed to be there guarding the area. Let's go inside. Again, nothing really interesting inside. It's got this cool little glass thing where you can look out over the swamp. And again, it's another one of these just square indoor rooms. Over here is the bed, the furnace room, and the storage. There's also a little thing that goes out onto the mountain, or the inside of the thing. It's all blocked off because mobs kept getting in, and sometimes I just wanted to come over here and look around for no apparent reason. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got no purpose, but it's there just for being cool, I guess. What else is in here? So over here, I believe is the wheat. Yes, we've got a little mini wheat farm and a little mini melon farm. And also the smallest tree farm you've ever seen. And I can't even get out. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I used to do small tree farms like that. I haven't even done a tree farm in the current base, which I need to get onto really soon. Down here was... what was it? Oh yeah, it was just a mine shaft. I don't think there's anything down there. I think there might have been a an abandoned mine shaft down there, but that was pretty much it. Nothing too special. Again, I don't think I got any. Well, I probably got 1 or 2 diamonds from it, but nothing special. There is a. Ah, here it is. And then this here goes up to. There's like a little. Yeah, this is the little walkway that just goes over to an empty room with a potion stand. Oh, it's got the enchantment room in there. And then this is just like an outlook, I guess, for no reason. I cannot remember what is down here. I think there's a cave. Oh yeah, it's a spider spawner. Right, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, oh, this was the last. Okay, this was the last thing we ever built, I think, in this world before we gave up and moved onto the new world. I'm almost certain this is the last thing that we've built. Then up these ladders, it's just that little house that is on top of the hill. It's got absolutely nothing inside of it, but I don't know. It looked pretty cool. You can just see everything around here. And I guess you can watch the sunrise. But that was it for this world. After this base, we just kind of left it. And we decided to go to a new world because everything was kind of too broken at the time here. And I felt it was best just to start a new world and not risk this world getting even more broken. And even more large because it's a huge world. There's quite a lot of stuff in it. But now what we're going to do is go over to our current world. We'll go through the 2 previous bases in there. I'm not going to show any clips from it because obviously it's all pretty recent. But we'll quickly go to the starting area that we started at and then to the cave base. And then that'll be pretty much it. And here is our first base in this new world. I wouldn't really class this as a base. This is just a place that I think we spawned in like around here somewhere, or possibly just over there. And as soon as I started off, I just wanted a place where I can put some stuff in and make sure I'm safe at night. And this just happened to be it. It's a relatively boring area. Just over the hill, there is a jungle biome, and then just past that is where the underground base is that we did. But I know this was a good starting area. We had like a mini farm. We had some chests and a bed. And then I think this just went out into a ravine. I think one of the reasons I did it here is because there was a ravine right on our doorstep. One of the benefits of this base is we actually found I think it's a skeleton spawner, right? Yeah, I think it's a skeleton spawner, which we do still sometimes come back to use. Obviously, we don't need to that much because we can get infinity enchanted books now, so we don't have to worry about it. This thing here is because I went AFK down here one time and just kind of stayed there and blocked all this off so no other mobs could come and get me. And I got a bunch of arrows for it. Obviously, I haven't got any in here because I took them out. But yeah, there's a skeleton spawner just in there. A lot of the area around this is lit up, so we do get quite a lot of spawns. And then I just stand there and let it happen. Obviously, I'm on peaceful right now, so I don't get interrupted whilst we walk around the bases. But yeah, that's a very good. I know it's a very good area to have a skeleton spawner right next to the very first base. But yeah, that was it for this base. This little startup base. I wouldn't even call it a base. I'll just call it a little temporary hole in the wall just to keep us occupied until we moved out. The base that's underground, the bigger one that we spent a lot of time at, we've only recently just moved out of it. It's just basically you just follow this river. There is a gigantic jungle biome surrounding the area now. I've never explored the entire jungle biome just because it's so annoying to like traverse because it's all over the place. But it starts here and just carries on for a very long time. So we're just coming up on the cave base right now. You can just see the fences of it right there. And the jungle biome is still carrying on. It goes all the way past. See, it just goes all the way past our base, right down there. This is all pretty recent, so you've probably already seen this because I have spent some time here, even though I've been at the new Mesa base, just because I wanted to get these reeds, because this is the biggest reed farm that I have. I could probably set up an automated reed farm because I have seen some that have like them flying machines on them. I might set up one of them at some point because paper is good to have for emeralds and stuff. But yeah, this jungle biome is huge. Anyway, this is our underground base right here. The end that we're currently using for like the Enderman farm and stuff like that is not too far up there. That's why when we're in the Nether, the portal for this base and the portal for the end base is very close together, just because they are two like really close areas. So everything up here is relatively recent. It just used to be a flat area with a hole in the... Well, actually no, this used to just be a cave. It just used to be a hole in the ground, and then that was it, and we just used to go into the base. But I added this up part just to make it look, you know, decent. And I think it looks alright. There's a trash bin here where you put your stuff in. Well, it's not even a trash bin, it's like a storage thing, but you put something in here. So we'll put, let's put 2 emeralds in there. Emeralds. Ender pearls, sorry. And then they'll get flushed down into this tube that goes all the way down to a chest in the cave. So it's not too bad. But yeah, this is where we got most of our leather from whilst we was doing the enchanting stuff. This is just the top bit. It still looks a mess up here for some reason. I've never really bothered trying to do anything with it, but this is just where we kind of started out in the area. And then we can just come down here into this little hole with the ladders in it. And then yeah, this is basically the main, well, the first floor of the cave base. It has a cave here that is, I think, fully explored. It's got a few farms in here. Wheat farm, melon farm, pumpkin farm. Perfectly fine. Like, I've never had any troubles getting food from this. I have a bunch of stuff there. This is the nether portal, which we obviously use quite a lot because I do come back and forth into this base sometimes. But I don't know. I really like the way this area looks. And then we come down these stairs all the way to the bottom here. This is a relatively recent thing. It's supposed to be our village breeder, but they don't really breed that much because there's not that many of them in here. And I probably need some more doors all over the place. But yeah, it's just here for the fun of it, I guess. I'm never going to use this one because I already have 2 village breeders, which I don't need because I have a mending book villager already, so it doesn't really bother me anymore. And then this was the main part of the base, which I also liked. I liked these pillar things in the middle. I could probably fix the roof up at some point, but never really bothered. We have a very tiny, not even finished enchanting area. I didn't really do enchanting stuff back when I built this. It was just there for if I ever needed it. Obviously, enchanting is a huge part of the game for me now. I do it a lot. Obviously, I spend a lot of time enchanting and trading with village books and stuff. So yeah, but back then this wasn't really used. We just have a little workstation here. This is a poison spider spawner just back here. There is a ravine just over there as well. As you can see, it's got a bunch of redstone on this because I can turn it on and off with a light switch, so that's pretty cool. And this thing right here is our potion system. Doesn't really work that well at the moment because I don't have any materials for it. Like, I don't have the stuff you need to make the potions, but it's got a bunch of glass bottles in it. But yeah, it still would work if I had all the materials. You just basically, you pick what you want. So obviously if you want a corrupt effect or a splash effect, you just flick one of these and then you can increase the duration of it or increase the potency with these levers. And then you just obviously pick which one you want. Potion of poison, whatever. The main one I use is healing and swiftness. Some of these don't have materials for it, so they won't work. But you just basically use it, and all the materials will drop down, including the glass bottles, and then that's it. You have to go around the back and refill it. But it was pretty cool whilst I worked with it and whilst I did it. But yeah, this is the back end of it. So there you go. That is all of the bases that we have built in our Minecraft Let's Play across both worlds so far. One of the things that I said earlier and that I really didn't realise until I went through all of my bases and looked through one of my old videos is how much, not just me as a person have changed, but how much my building style has changed. Going through all of my bases, you can see that I went from being someone who just built plain square rooms to I like to think semi-interesting things now. But yeah, I've changed quite a lot, and I know that our little like community, I guess, is relatively small. But I am very happy with the way it is now. Um, Again, things have changed a lot since it used to be. I did used to get a bunch of views, but when you go on a long break, these things tend to happen where people just kind of go inactive and don't bother checking anymore. But I don't know. I like where we are right now. I've always said that I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing it for views or anything. I have a job. I don't need the extra money. Um, this is just something I do for fun in my spare time. I enjoy it. Obviously, when I don't enjoy it, there are just no videos going out because I'm not going to. I don't do videos when I don't enjoy it because that's completely against the point for me. So yeah, if you're new here, then please go ahead and check out all the other videos. If you've been here for a while but haven't checked the really old videos, I advise you go and check them and then just compare them to these ones where I don't know, like I've said multiple times, I feel like a different person to them, to what I used to be in them videos. But yeah, we're going to leave that here for now. Next episode, we'll get back to what we was doing before. Cannot believe we've finally got to episode 300. I'm pretty impressed that we've got here. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around for 300 episodes, or how many episodes you've been around for. Hopefully, we will stick around for 300 more. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to last because obviously YouTube's all over the place right now. But yeah, thank you for watching and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.